Yo, it's your boy HardWiLL back at you with another episode of For the Love of the Game. Me and my co-host, for sending the stats. We back in the building. Be a little late, but we here. Hold on, let me excuse me, I gotta get used to this shit. Excuse me. I'm a little rusty on my streams. So bear with us. Excuse me. So what's up, Chris? How you doing? Everything good with you?
I'm chilling, you know.
You chilling? Give you some applause.
Thank you. What about yourself?
I can't complain. It's Ramadan, so I'm doing the best I can for my first fast,
Yeah, you
first
really
time.
cannot complain. Like you just can't. It's not a line like that with a fast. You can't complain. So even if you wanted to, you couldn't. And you
This is
can
what we
drink
do.
water.
Go like that. Drink as much water as you can.
Yeah.
Only reason you could say that because you fast before. If you didn't, I wouldn't. I'd be like, "How do you know?" And I would have had a whole bunch of. But you did fast before. Shout out to anybody watching us, Facebook, YouTube. About to start streaming it on Twitter and a couple other spots. Want to go live on TikTok as well. I know we got a following, people following, looking for us over there. We're going to talk about a couple things today. We're going to talk about the Knicks, of course. Do the Knicks still have a chance to win it this year? Because this was the year that everybody said the Knicks have a good chance. We also going to talk. We're going to throw in there. James Harden was hurt recently. Excuse me. That helps the Knicks' chances a lot in reference to the East because they just played Cleveland last time and they blew us out by a lot of points. And I didn't like the way that looked because the playoffs would be here shortly. But that's in the thumbnail as well. Can the Knicks do it this year? Do we still feel like they could win it? Also, we're going to talk about the T.I. 50 Cent situation. Reason why we want to talk about that, I feel like it's getting out of hand. We're going to get deep into it. Don't worry. We're going to start with the Knicks. If you want to hear about that, we're going to start putting timestamps too so they can know like what part of the video they could go right to and see, that content that interests them. And we could jump right into it, man. So the Knicks lost to the Buck. I mean, excuse me, lost. I'm so used to them. They play. They play with my
They play with your emotions.
Knicks. Yeah, like I'm a diehard Knicks fan, and if you're a Knicks fan, you know how it is being a Knicks fan. You know what I mean? And I was glad they beat the Bucks, though. I was glad that they beat the Bucks because the
Me too.
Bucks ain't really in a position after we lost by. We ain't lose by that much to Cavs. We tried to catch up, but it still wasn't a good game for us. Okay, let me go to that game. You watched the game, right?
I
What did you
did.
think about the Knicks and the Bucks?
Well, you know what? Let me just say that it was a glorious day to see them win.
I agree.
Um, what my initial thoughts are is why aren't they playing like that? Like as rule of thumb, why is
Hmm.
it that you're playing so intensely right from the beginning with a team like the
Hmm.
Bucks? Like, what is the mentality that they're going in with?
Hmm.
Whereas, like, we see them play like, with some of the teams that have beat them, and it's like, where's the energy? Like I said in the last video, no ferocity. So I'm just
When they
wondering
played the
what their
Cavs.
mindsets. Yeah, like It really, to me, that's just my observation. I'm just one person, but
Yeah, that's a good observation because they lost the game though, so they didn't want to lose two. That could be part of the reason. But that's why I said in the thumbnail, or I asked you, like, rather I brought it up to you. Do
hmm
the Knicks like win and lose against good teams and beat teams that's not going to be in the playoff conversation? I don't want to say that they getting into a habit of doing that, but like how they lost to the Cavs, I feel like those are the games that we have to come out and have the same energy that you just spoke of that we had against the Bucks. Or another example is our first show we talked about the Detroit Pistons game. They didn't have the same energy as the Detroit Pistons. So these are the things that we gotta pay attention to. What you think about that? Excuse me, I gotta fix my mic.
I would agree
Go ahead.
with that because that's just really to me. Well, that's not all of it, but that's part of
Mm-hmm.
loving the game. The
Mm-hmm.
mentality that you have, like what I
Mm-hmm.
said to you last time. Just seeing the lackluster, and you know what, I just had to learn because like I said previously, I had distanced myself from the Knicks. I just could not take the heartbreak.
That's what it was.
But
The break because they were stressing you out like that.
yeah, yeah,
Mm.
yeah. I never
A lot
stopped
of people
loving
did
them.
that. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, like it's hard to see. It's treacherous.
Mm-hmm.
And especially as far as we went last year. But like I was just thinking about Cat, like, I just really have to accept the fact that he's just not who I want him to be. He is I don't
Mm-hmm.
even think that it's fair for us to consider him a center. He just does
Mm.
not fit what I would think in my mind a center is supposed to be.
Mm-hmm.
Um, he doesn't play hard. I like,
Mm-hmm.
and he has it. Like I said last time, he has all of the capabilities to do
Mm-hmm.
great until I heard him speak, and I heard what his mentality was when he was speaking to Shaq.
Mm-hmm.
Post game, I believe it was. You know what? I don't. I'm not gonna lie. I
I
don't know.
seen it. I seen it. It was not too long ago. I seen it.
Yeah, yeah, and like just his
Mm-hmm.
mentality, he was like, he was downplaying it. He was like, yeah, like it's a team thing. And no, I mean, yes, it is a team thing. It's a team sport, right?
Mm-hmm.
But what is your place? Do you want to win or do you want to lose?
Mm-hmm.
It's just that
You,
simple.
you remember what I told you before about Carl Towns? I said to you, like, he's been in the league long enough. He made a lot of money.
Mm-hmm.
He's they consider him as one of the best big man 3-point shooters in the league. He has a lot of
He
accolades to
is.
be fair to him. And right now he's one of the leading he's leading in rebounding in the league.
Yeah, right now.
So yeah, so it's like for us to say he's not a center, even though I'm gonna tell you why you got a good point. I'm gonna tell you why. Even though I had to tell you he's leading in rebounds and make you think about it, but I'm gonna tell you why he's a good point. He always liked to play the four. See, you ain't know that. So I'm just putting some. I mean, maybe you did know that, but I'm just giving you some more insight on
I didn't
why.
think about it.
I'm telling you, he never really wanted to play the five. Even in Minnesota, right? It was
Right?
the whole NBA used to wonder why did Minnesota go and get Rudy Gobert? Rudy Gobert is the tall guy. They said it would never work, but the Minnesota Timberwolves went all the way to the finals. They beat the Nuggets with Ant Man and Carl Towns and Rudy Gobert, right? So what I'm saying is, if Carl Towns is on that team when they went and got Rudy Gobert, that's the same point. They went and got a center while they had Carl Anthony Towns, and they felt like, what sense does this make? But Carl Anthony Towns, he plays outside, and they know that. So that's the point I'm telling you, that the team who he was with for a long time
Mm-hmm.
decided to go and get a true center that could do the stuff that you was just speaking of, that he don't bring as a center. Granted, he gets rebounds because he's tall, right? And he knows how to rebound, right? But he
Right.
doesn't do the things that you saying you don't see, like the aggressiveness, the toughness inside to protect the rim. But this is another point I'm gonna tell you about. Some guys can't do both. Like, look at Mitchell Robinson, right?
Mm-hmm.
He's a great rim protector, right? but he can't do what Towns could do with the basketball. And I'm gonna tell you why it's like that. It goes deep. I'm gonna tell you why. Kids, and we was talking about this recently with somebody. I break the game down crazy, but it's all facts, and I'll tell people you hear me break down facts, so just listen, pay attention. When your kids are young and your kid has height, he plays basketball for his school, AAU, or whatever. They are gonna put him down low and play as a big man, right? Check out where I'm going with this. So he's not going to be really good with the basketball because he's not the person that always have the ball like the 1, the 2, and the 3. He's going down low to post up, box out for rebounds. But some big men are different, like Kevin Durant, Carl Towns,
Mm-hmm.
right? They don't do that part of the game. So the reason why I brought up the kids part of the game, because if your kid has height, you don't let your kid be forced to play down low. So when he go to college, he has to only play a down low game. You're not really building him to be an NBA player because NBA players are tall with the handle. You see how they built Wembanyama? He's the tallest player in the NBA, but he could dribble the basketball. You see? So that's the thing right there where you say why players can't do this and this. And that's why that kid part is connected. Because as he was little, he was forced to play down low like Mitchell Robinson. So he don't have a bunch of moves where they fluent and easy for him to do at a dime like that. He probably could do it because he started practicing on his own time as he got older. You get what I'm trying to show you?
I
But they
do.
wasn't letting him play in the game doing that. When you go back and look at these kids in high school, what position did he play? Like Anthony Davis, he had a growth spurt and he was a true point guard when he was in high school. And he grew that tall. So now that's why he can handle the ball the way he could. Even Stephon Castle, my nephew, he was a regular guard size and had a growth spurt. So that's why he's 6'6", 6'7", with a handle. So this is what the NBA is looking for now. But that's all connected. But that's all to your point of why you see Towns is good at this and not good at that. But it's not a lot of people you could actually say, if you think about it in your head, that could do both of those things. That's called a two-way player. That's like a superstar. You see?
Understood. I do.
Jordan, Kevin Durant is even soft, but
He,
he good
you
though.
think?
Huh?
You think KD is soft?
KD is not mentally soft, but
Okay.
his he can't, even back in the days, he didn't want to do all that. That's why they put who they put on him to shut him down. PG Tucker in the playoffs, somebody that's gonna get real aggressive with him. Even though he survived a lot of it, he's not a sucker or nothing like that. I'm just saying he just has a different type of game type to
Okay.
where it's not about banging, because that's what you were saying you see with Carl Towns.
Yeah.
I just gave you more insights. You can see why these guys are like that. They're not gifted to just do both things unless they were young doing it and then they just got tall and now they could just do both positions, or, you know, you get what I'm saying.
I do. I understand your point. I mean,
So we can't be too crucial on Carl Towns.
I'm not. I'm not. I would never
Not
come
you. I'm just
down
saying we, because oh man, I'll be going
on
hard on him.
Carl
Yeah, I'll
because
be
like
saying like you
he
tired of
just make me feel bad. Yeah, I'm tired of him too already.
him. Give him a
Already.
chance. Maybe this year he'll figure it out. If we win, if we lose, I think they're gonna let him go. But I did tell you though, and this is the last thing I'm gonna say. He should be able to dumb it down. Meaning, when you dumb it down, I think we talked about this too. Like, notice OG Anunoby, he made a lot of shots against Milwaukee, right? But you didn't really see him against the competition, right?
I did
And
it.
this is the same point. You know why?
Uh huh.
Because we looking for OG to shut people down, right? He's our defender. So he's using most of his energy over there. Is he a two-way player superstar where he could shut you down and score all those type of points at the same time? I don't think so.
I would say no. Yeah, I would say
See?
no. I would say
So
no.
that's an ill way to look at it too. Like, he's a good example because if he's not locking nobody up, he may make more shots, but he has to use more energy to stop people. So his energy is not there. Brunson ain't shut nobody down, so he got a lot of energy on offense,
Oh man,
right?
those
I'm
two-way
just saying.
players, man. Yeah, yeah,
Kay Cunningham is a two-way player, right? Because Kay Cunningham, I pointed out to you how Kay Cunningham guards the best player, right? When he goes down.
hmm
Brunson go and guard somebody else.
this is true.
But are they gonna consider that as not putting him in the superstar conversation because he can't guard? Talking about JB.
No, I don't think so, because of the way that he plays. Is it something for us to consider? I
We're
mean,
hiding him.
it's
Let me
kind
move
of
that.
concerning, like when you think about it. But would he not be in a conversation because of that? I would say no, because he's not
Yeah,
going to
the
be in a
greatest players.
conversation.
No, yeah, he is. But right now, when you look back, we always have to look back in time and see how it go, right? And
Right.
see what's really real. Michael Jordan was a two-way player. He's that guy. So the standard is set high.
Mm-hmm.
LeBron James was a two-way player. These guys play defense. I'm not saying I don't want Brunson to be in that. I'm just want to. It's just a great point to look at. Allen Iverson, to me, was better than Jalen Brunson. I could stand on that. I
I
could
could
say it with my chest
I could step
because he
up
didn't
to
go to
it.
college for 4 years.
Right.
He came in the next year and crossed up Mike.
Nobody talks about this. Well, I don't really understand.
So the reason why I'm bringing up Allen Iverson is because we were just talking about are they going to hold it against Brunson because he can't play D in his height. They're gonna may try to not to hold it against him because he's so dynamic on offense.
Mm-hmm.
He's dynamic, right? But I was joking around saying that he has more energy than OG because he's not playing any defense. They try to find somebody else to put him on. Now, the reason I brought up AI because AI was better than him on offense. AI couldn't win. Now, do Brunson have a better team around him? Yes. But that becomes a problem, size, because they hunt you in the NBA. They make sure they keep trying to give the guy the ball that you're guarded. And once you get a double to help, they're gonna pass it to the open man. And when you get down in the playoffs, they're gonna make the shot.
Yep.
And we're gonna see our whole season crumble in front.
I don't want to talk about it. Like it's very
We
frustrating
gotta talk about it.
to
We have to. It's our
me.
job now.
Uh, it I don't want to see that. Like that's not what I want to
Mm-hmm.
see happen
Yeah.
this time. Um, I have no rebuttal to that because
Mm-hmm.
this is the truth
And I
of the
never thought
matter.
about that. It's just you drove my mind to think about that when you said what you said.
And I feel that way. I
Mm-hmm.
honestly, like this is pure honesty. This is my honest take. Like I just, and I don't know, like all right. Speaking about stats, the first tomorrow they're with the Spurs. On the third, they go versus the Raptors. The
Mm-hmm.
fourth, OKC, and then the sixth, the Nuggets. How are you feeling about this? Like, tomorrow with the Spurs. I don't know how
Mm-hmm.
that makes me
So
slightly
basically,
nervous.
basically, we was talking about that as well. I'm glad you mentioned that, right? Because if the Knicks play down against competition and play up against teams that is not probably going to make the playoffs, that's probably going to be in a playing game, right? We have to
Right.
look at the schedule, who they playing next. Like you
Mm-hmm.
just said, they have the Spurs, a 1 o'clock game, right? Normally the Knicks don't. I don't want to say they don't come out good in the 1 o'clock game. I know Martin Luther King Day, they didn't come out in that game. They had another early game. They came out. So the Knicks are iffy on early games. The Spurs are on a 10-game winning streak. Um, I hate to say this, but when my nephew Stefan Castle is in the building, he always tries to embarrass any New York team, dunk on them, and win. I'm just telling y'all, it's just I don't know. It's something I've
Why
been
don't you
bragging
tell
on
him
the
to
Knicks and talk.
chill?
I can't. I can't. That's like it's like a thing where I got y'all now. I was there on Christmas, and I'm not saying this to try to be rude because I posted it and I said, let's not act like this didn't happen when he dunked on Brunson. Then he pointed at Brunson. We went to eat after that. It was funny. It was a big thing. And I'm like, I'm a Knicks fan. I'm going to stick up for my Knicks regardless. But this is what we got to deal with when you have your team going against a member that's playing on the team in the NBA. And the Spurs is my second team, right? So
Okay.
I'm only saying that to say this. Castle's been playing pretty good ball right now, to be fair. Regardless, family or not, he's playing good ball right now. He's going to guard up Brunson. And he's considered as one of the best wing defenders in the league right now. As in a second year player, is already shut. He shut down Cade the other day. Cade was 6 for 25 or 26. He shut down Cooper. He shut down Luca. He. It's a lot more people that he shut down. So Brunson don't seem to me that he do good against good defenders that have height because Castle, he don't be focused on a lot of scoring. They got a lot of offensive threats over there, right? So he focuses up on that defensive thing
Mhm.
to
Mhm.
make those guards that help their team win have a hard time. So Brunson has to be prepared for that, you know. But I can say this to give Brunson some kudos because it just came to my mind. After that Christmas game, so I know people watching, I know they know what happened too. After that Christmas game, when Brunson went back to San Antonio, he had 60 on the Spurs.
Okay.
He had
Yep.
60. His get back was 60, or he dropped a 60 ball. Just to be clear and fair. I'm not just going because it's my team too. So I have to tell it like it really is. So that's what really happened. So it's a rivalry already going on. And this is a team that could potentially win it in the West and a team that could potentially win it in the East tomorrow. So that's going to be a really good game. If you're not going to be there, be tuned in early. You know, you get up, make sure you watch that game. It's going to be a great game. Like I said, they on a 10-game winning streak. And the Knicks are up and down right now, and we need this win. Okay, we're going to move on from that. The next game after that, on the third, they playing the Raptors
Yep.
in Toronto. Now, you know Quickly and you know Barrett is over there. Scotty Barnes has been playing some good ball right now as well. The Raptors are a type of team that you could beat them, but you can't sleep them. They can come out and they could beat you. They could get a win against the Knicks at home. You know what I'm saying? If it was in the Garden, it'd be a little different. But and after that, they got the OKC Thunder. Right now, I'm gonna
Right.
pause right there, and I'm gonna ask you because I said a lot. What do you think about being that you heard what I've said about the Spurs? You've seen some games. What
Mhm.
do you think about Knicks and Spurs? And remember what you say about the Knicks energy. All that has to be up against the Spurs. What do you think about that?
It's just simply that for me, I like to
Mm-hmm.
use this
Let me sit up.
mantra: you're only as good as your last performance. And I know
Mm-hmm.
that's really not like a truly fair statement, but
Mm-hmm.
my expectations is for them to be up, of course, but
Mm-hmm.
that's not what I've seen them do. But maybe because they're already up, because they had a win, maybe
Mm-hmm.
they'll remain up. Like maybe that momentum will go into the continuum where we'll see a better set of players. But then I also think about like the dynamic with Josh Hart with Jalen. Like I feel like maybe that may need to be reconsidered. Um,
Mm-hmm.
from
You
what
don't
I'm
think they play good
observing,
together?
they do. But
Mm-hmm.
can we consider someone else? like to
It's funny
start.
you say that. You know, I don't want to cut you off, but think. Let me tell you something. I don't know if I told you, but I was just talking about this as well. Jalen, no, I was talking to one of my friends, right? Jalen Brunson took a pay cut, right,
Mm-hmm.
for a lot of money. So I told my friend, I said, "You think he took a pay cut and they call him the captain? This is his team, and he didn't tell them to go and get Bridges?" So what made me think of that is what you just said, because another thing, I was watching Stephen A. And Stephen A said Jalen Brunson don't know the landscape of the NBA because he's this good basketball player, but he decided to go and get his friends that's not good enough for him to get him over the hump to win. Now, cool, if we friends, that don't got nothing to do with if you come in here to win or you just come in here to say I could get my friends a bag. Which one is it? Like, and that's the only part that what Stephen A said. I say he right because I know Brunson didn't say he gonna take all that less money and not know where it's gonna go or not approve who they're gonna bring on the team.
Right.
So, and I only saying this because you saying with Josh Hart, it look a little whatever, right? Even though I feel like I like Josh Hart better than I do Bridges, but this is why you have a point. These are two players that are too similar, and let me tell you why they too similar. They not dynamic. They not
They're not
ooh
a dynamic
wee.
duo. No.
No, not even about the duo part. I'm talking about like we need players that's going like, okay, Brunson ain't giving it. I'm in my bag for
Uh
real.
huh. Uh huh.
Not this little turnaround fadeaway jumper Bridges be doing. And
Yep. I feel
granted,
you.
he's there every game, but shit, take a break if you ain't gonna cook shit up.
Mhm.
Take a couple weeks off so you can come back and cook shit up because that's a real thing in basketball. You may need to rest, but he's going on this uh 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 the longest game streak in history and all that. You want to? I don't, man. The Knicks need a championship. If you lose in the playoffs and they keep saying how you never missed a game, what does that mean to us?
Nothing.
So that's part of it, and I wanted to bring that up because he took, and I want you to talk about
It's
that because now
hard.
that's connected to you where you look that hard, right? So that's two players, right?
Mhm. Mhm.
Out of both of them, we got to keep one of them,
Right.
but one of them got to go. You know that? You know when they say that
Yeah.
little thing,
Yeah.
we got to get
Brady
rid of
can't
somebody.
go.
Who?
Mhm.
Right. So when you give your take, I'm gonna ask you who would you keep out of those two guys, right? And think about what I said about he took the pay cut and gave it to him when he could have got all these other players that you and I know of in the NBA that was available at the time, and Bridges got more money than he probably would have got. That's just some more salt and pepper on some seasoning on it. It's a lot of details in this stuff. It go deep.
It does.
What do you think about all that? Because you were just saying I don't really know about this guy, but both of those guys, friends and business don't always mix.
It
Sorry,
don't. It.
I'm talking about not your day one friends. Like you could get friends with somebody you work with, but not your day ones. Like I don't know.
It's a no for me. It's a no. It's a no. It's not about the friendship. You,
Mm-hmm.
if we can't get what we came to get, which is a
Mm-hmm.
championship, then we can't play together.
That's how I feel.
It's not meant. Go
We just
somewhere
want to give you a
else.
100 mil. I just want to give you 100 mil off our
No,
salary cap. That's what happened.
I understand. I
Whew.
understand. I understand. That's a lot of money. You
No,
know
let's be
what?
fair though.
Well,
Let's be
I
fair
don't.
though, Chris. Chris
Mm-hmm.
Stats, let's be fair. It is a lot of money, but that's where the salary is, to be fair to the player.
Right.
That's where the
Being
market is to
fair.
what around what
Yes.
he should be earning him. But is he worth it for us?
No.
That's the key. That's the key breakdown that we giving, right? You know what I mean? He may be worth it for another team because he may have another role. Maybe he's not comfortable waiting for the ball for Brunson because that's his man, right?
Correct. I mean,
Yeah, I
I
like this
think
guy, but I don't love him like this. He don't pass the ball enough.
get him out of
I
here.
don't know.
That's the answer to
Who?
the
Which
simple
one? Which one
question.
you picking?
I'm picking Hart.
Not Bridges.
Josh.
I'm picking Bridges. Why you picking Hart over Bridges?
I told you, like I don't know, like I don't see no spark in that guy. Like
Now I could tell you why Hart shouldn't go, but I'm gonna listen to you first. Tell me why you don't see no spark.
I I I be trying, like I really really do. I don't want to
You be
speak
trying.
on. I do. I'm considerate to it, because I'm like,
I feel you.
Crescenda, you may be a little bit biased because, of something that somebody said and you agreed with it, and then you
Yeah,
saw a game and then it made sense. Like, let it go.
yeah, right.
Now we
That
talking
time
about
type
in
shit.
present time.
Mm-hmm.
We need to see something else. The top, the the starting five, it needs to change. It cannot be Jalen with Hart all the time. That is
Mm-hmm.
not working.
So maybe we could bring him off the bench, and that'll change the way you look at it. But I'm gonna tell you why I think it works a little bit because what Josh Hart does that I like, Josh
What?
Hart will get the rebound and push the ball, and that's not nothing that is
When
easy
was the
to
last
do.
time you seen that?
He do it a lot. Just to be fair to him, look, him, look. I'm never going against you. I'm never going against you. But I'm trying to tell you, like how I broke down the players to you earlier, what
Mm-hmm.
is hard for players to do. Josh Hart does something. He's not that tall.
He's not.
You know what he doing? Josh Hart is doing what you want Carl Towns to do.
No, you didn't.
It's true though. That's why you laughed. You can't say that he not doing that for you. When if you watching the game, you have to see that.
I
He's
do
getting the
see
stuff.
it.
He's not being soft. He's getting a rebound. He's pushing the ball. And why I said that's not easy to do, even though they all pros, you expect them all to be able to do that, right?
Mm-hmm.
But
You do.
not the way Josh Hart does it. And I think the Knicks need that because we rely too much on Jalen Brunson. I'm saying for this team, if we going with JB and
Mm-hmm.
hit the captain getting us where we need to go, we need players that have more grit. I think that's what you're saying in other words, because we are hiding a lot of play. We're hiding Carl Towns and we hiding Brunson, right? And the players that we hiding are shooting the ball the most. How about that? That's another good point.
That's a great
Clip
point.
all this shit up. I'm spitting some fire tonight. Clip it up for me, please.
Come on, come on.
Not you. I'm making because we got to say that. So the stream could just automatically clip certain things that we say. But
Can
that's
you please
another
clip
good
it?
point. That's another good point that I have to rethink that. But that's a dope point. That the both guys that's being hidden on defense, that's not giving the most effort on defense, but it's NBA. It's a lot of teams like that, right? It's guys who are brought there for the defense, right? But somebody
Right.
like Bridges may feel like he's not brought there for defense. And being that now he's moved to the third option because Towns, Brunson, third, maybe fourth option because he's been in a slump. Maybe he's in his head.
Could be.
You
I'll give you
comfortable doing
that.
that role? You comfortable with that role? Waiting for these guys that don't play no defense to shoot the shots. Could that be a problem?
What are we seeing?
We seeing that for sure. We are seeing the guys who shoot the most shots don't. Now, do Jalen Brunson work hard on defense? Yes, he does.
Yes,
He
he
tries.
does.
That's why I don't try to dog him.
Me
But
either.
damn, you try this
Me
hard and
neither.
they still score on you like this. But
Something
this
got
the
to
thing. He
change.
can't foul out. He can't foul out. And I'm gonna ask you this:
Mm-hmm.
who is the defensive specialist on our team besides OG? Do we have one?
A specialist is what
Should
you're
I say
saying.
a different word, maybe? Do we have a good a defensive player that has that's known for defense? A defensive player that we could say, okay, do you see anyone that gives the effort that you would take somebody out of the lineup and put them in the lineup when you watch the game?
The only person that I could relatively think of, so the answer is no, but the only person that I could think of What is this guy's name? He is this guy. But he's not a
Jose,
specialist.
Jose Alvarado, the new guard. What position is he? Who you trying to say? He come off the bench?
Come off the bench. Yes.
Oh, you like Shamit. You told me you like
I
Shamit.
love
Shamit don't
Shamit.
play no damn it D. Stop it.
And he doesn't. That's why I didn't say
So how you gonna love him? You can't love
I
nobody
know
that don't play
I
no
love
D.
him for other reasons. But
He give you that bucket when we need it.
yes, yes, yes. The only person that I could think
She
of,
said
I'm telling you, he does. This is a known fact. The only person that I could really think of, and I didn't want to say, you said it already, is Jose. Jose
Alvarado. Yeah,
Alvarado. That kid, and he's a little
I
guy.
gotta keep
Oh,
sitting up.
God
I'll be
bless him.
slagging in my chair. Yeah, cause no, we brought him here for that. And then don't forget, we brought Sohan here for defense too. And I know you don't like how that project is working out with Sohan, right? So far,
We don't
what you
need to
think about?
revisit it, right?
No, I mean you watched him again, right? No, no, I'm saying did he play?
Yeah.
Did he play against the Bucks?
Yeah, he did.
I don't know how many minutes he played,
Wait,
but
wait,
did you
wait.
he didn't do anything for you though? Like he didn't do anything in the game that made you
Oh,
say at least he's getting comfortable.
yes, he is getting comfortable. I will say that.
Okay, excuse me.
He had 2 points, two
How many minutes he played?
rebounds, 6.
That's not a lot of minutes. It's not
Excuse
bad
me,
neither.
5. I'm sorry, 5, 5.
That's not bad. That's not bad
It's not.
minutes.
It's not. It's
I
not.
mean, that's not good minutes, but that's not. I meant to
But it's
say
not
that's not
bad
bad stats for the minutes that he
for the
got.
minutes. Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I was meant to say. Well, I think. Well, the reason I brought him up because him and Jose were the guys that they picked up to bring some
Mhm.
defense, right?
Right. Right.
It's nobody else we really could think of. I like the way Diawara was moving his feet the other night for a tall guy. That's a good sign. He's gonna be on the team. I don't think they're gonna get rid of him. Um, I think they got to put Jordan Clarkson back into action because he was making some shots, and that's what I think we need. And go back to the Cup game when they won the Cup. It was Kolick, it was Clarkson, it was the bench. You got to reactivate those guys and start letting those other guys. So maybe those guys could get more wind and try to prepare us for where we headed, and we could have a decent second half. I think I heard him say it was at 60 games or something the other night.
Mhm. Mhm.
And the next game is after the Raptors is the OKC Thunder. And we stayed on the
Okay.
Knicks for a while. See that? And I
We
told
did.
you we always find something else to talk about within the conversation because it opens up another door to another conversation. So they play OKC Thunder. We know Shea Gilgis Alexander is still out, if I'm not mistaken.
Mhm.
We should be able to win that game.
Still out.
It's at the Garden, so we should be able to win that game. But that's not an easy game. And I want to say this as well. When people come to the Garden, they come in to play. They know it's a major stage. It's like, Broadway's around the corner. They trying to perform on the Broadway stage right there in MSG. All the celebrities is right there front row. They're gonna be talking about it. They know Spike Lee is mad. He pissed off. He throwing his hat. Players live for that. You know what I'm saying? So
They do.
Knicks have to hold down the fort. That video I made that day. Remember when I was saying about the West Fourth and all that? That
Mhm.
clip got like over 1,000 views. Just me clip that up talking about how they have to protect our courts. This is the Mecca. This means a lot. This is we already it's hard for us to deal with when we don't win. We win a playoff game, we act like we won the championship. I was at the
I know.
playoffs. It's bananas up there. It's like, yo, it's the best atmosphere. And you ever never been there? I'm telling you, go to Manhattan and go to a Knick playoff game and chill in Manhattan in the city after the game. It's the best thing you could ever do. You're gonna have so much fun. Trust me. The lights is so much people that coming from the game and people already outside. It's everything going on. I advise you to go to see a Knick game towards the playoffs when the weather's starting to break and we already getting good weather in the city. So I'll see you there, beat me there, or meet me there. You know what I'm saying?
All right.
Next game we playing the Nuggets
Mm-hmm.
after on the 6th. That's a Friday.
Yep.
The Joker is back,
Mm-hmm.
so you can't sleep on the Nuggets. So that's I don't know. We in Denver, and it's like we went from being at home tomorrow to jetting to Toronto to back home, then to Denver.
Yep.
So for a player, that's not easy to do. Just keep Yeah, better when you got a couple home games
Uh-huh.
back to back. They don't have back to back home games. It's Spurs, then they go into Toronto, then they go into OKC, then they add Denver. No, excuse me. Sorry, I said that wrong. OKC is coming to the Garden. So they going
Yeah. OKC is
starting
at the
out
Garden.
to Toronto, then they coming back to the Garden. Like the NBA scheduling is crazy. Like even I said it the other day, the Spurs played Brooklyn, then they went and played Milwaukee, I want to say, but they was in New York. Now they playing the Spurs tomorrow. They supposed to have. That's how you could just see the schedule is crazy, right?
Yeah.
They
I
doing
see
it.
it.
They doing the Knicks dirty. I mean, that's a great point. Put that up. NBA's trying to like, what are they doing here? We have our chance now, and they doing this to us. I don't see versus here. Like, come on,
Adjust your mic.
I'm low.
Mm-hmm.
I'm
Mm-mm.
gonna show you this. I'm sorry. I'm gonna show you this screen. Show you something. The Knicks schedule. Do not see.
Yep.
The acts,
Mm-hmm.
right?
Yep.
It's a couple in there, right? So that means it's getting tough for us on the road. Then it's a couple. It's a couple verses after the Ats. I'm not gonna go through the whole schedule. We didn't plan on taking this much time with the Knicks. Talked about a lot, but we're gonna go over a couple more. What you think about the Raptors? No, I'm sorry. You gave your take on the Spurs. Or did you? I'm sorry.
Mm.
Your take on the Spurs because I gave mine. I don't know what you-
I mean, really, you gotta fix that mic. I really second what you're saying. I'm more
Mhm.
concerned about the. There you go. I'm more concerned about the
It's
Nuggets.
better.
Perfect.
My mic is good. Okay, cool.
You're perfect.
You more
Um,
concerned about the Nuggets than
yeah,
the
that's
Spurs?
no,
Than the
no, 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 no,
Spurs?
no, 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 no,
No, I
no.
said give me your take on the Spurs first because you
Oh,
didn't give me your
okay.
take. Because I said, remember
Um,
you brought up the energy, but I think I kept going. Or you
right.
said something, but I didn't hear your
I
take.
did. Right. All I said was that I'm hoping that they can keep the momentum that they had from last night. That was really the only take that I had on it
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
because what we were really discussing with that was why are we seeing them play with high energy with teams that they know that they can beat versus
Mm-hmm.
low energy or like
Yeah, I ain't even been showing no love
subpar
to the
energy.
chat. Yo, I'm sorry, Chris Stats. My
No,
bad. Yo,
it's
you
good.
see
It's
how we
good.
so into our conversation and people been coming in here. They
So
probably
let's
left
show
by
some
now.
love.
All
Let's
right, my
do.
bad. My dude Jay Boogie in the building. Great. Shout out to Jay Boogie. This my guy right here. We did a lot of big things, man. I'm glad you here supporting, bro. Good to see you, man. There was a lot of
Thank
people
you.
in here. I'm so Paris Duggar, what's good? Hard Cat and OG came off the All Star break, not informal. See, this would have been
Yeah.
driving the show even more, right? You see, but we were
Yep.
so busy having. So this is really what it's going to be like. Excuse me, y'all. I'm like, we just basically trying to get used to our chemistry,
Mhm.
right? I wasn't ignoring y'all on purpose because if I just happen to look over here and I'm like, oh, it's comments. Let me address y'all. So my bad, y'all. If you watch the show back or you still here, salute, salute, salute. You already know how we do. Good to see
I agree with Chris'
everybody.
comment.
Which one? Paris Duggar?
Paris Duggar. Mhm.
Salute. Chris Stat says she agree with you, Parrish. Hard Cat OG came off the All-Star break, not in full mode, especially OG. You may be running off on cylinders now. Don't miss. Take the. Okay, I agree with that.
Hmm.
Be honest. You got to be careful over criticizing guys you watch every minute. The players on other teams slump also.
Right, right. That's true. I'm not.
But who we criticize though?
I think he was saying that we was criticizing the Knicks. Um,
Which
that's what.
Paris? Tell me who specifically we criticize. Tim, what's good? All my G's in the building. What up?
Thank you. We do this right. Well,
Nah, you could do your own. I mean, I just
I
be
could do
doing my
my
own
own thing.
crazy stuff. Yeah,
Okay.
when it comes to the end, we do that. We got a
Yeah,
couple
yeah,
little shit.
yeah.
Besides that, you already fired. You do whatever you want. I can't tell you what to do when it comes to your swag. You got your own swag. You got your own bag. They gonna love you. Don't worry.
Thank
Do
you,
you whatever
Tim.
you feel like doing. Yeah, you're gonna meet people. I just gotta get through most of the comments. Salute to everybody. Who this? Travel Vibes, what's good, boy? You already know. Good to see y'all. See, y'all coming in gonna make me go live more. For real. And if you new and you watching from anywhere, write something in the chat. Let us know you there. You know what I'm
Please,
saying? And we got a
please.
phone number that's gonna be for where you could call the show.
You.
So we will be going back on like sooner than we did this show. So don't worry. And we're gonna have a number you could call in and you could talk to us live. Salute, Dan Barry Sports. You always showing love, man. I'm gonna go subscribe to your show. You always coming in, showing me love. Then my guy
Dan
Vince.
Barry.
Salute, Vince.
Hi. I'm sorry, Mr. Vince. I have to correct you. My name is not
Distinguish.
Christina.
That's okay. He'll get it. You got
It's
it written
okay.
there. They be. You know what it is with
We
the
got it.
typing. I told you.
Kid.
people be
Listen, listen.
people push send quick like me.
And the autocorrect be tearing people up. I'm like, yo, I know that you did not look at that before you press send. You could not.
You be rushing to reply though. He said, "Yeah,
No,
the
I
fan base."
appreciate it.
Hold on, let me see what Paris Duggan said. He said,
What's
"Yeah,
that?
we." He said, "See, this is why I
What'd he
mess with
say?
Paris." He said, "We as a fan base," but Chris Stats. What was like? Sometime I like to go over what we say offline, right?
Mm-hmm.
Certain things we about to talk about. I said I don't want to go hard. I don't want
Mm-hmm.
to dog them or Knicks. I'm defending them, right? It's like it is what it is with the Knicks,
It is. I think we're trying to be fair and unequivocal
right?
because um, we have to say, if we say the good, we have to say the bad. Like,
Right. And
we're
you
not,
talking about us,
yes,
like
you and
us
I.
for the love of the game, right? We
Right.
fans could say what they want. We have to be. Go ahead, Chris. Tell them. Sorry.
No, no, it's okay. I'll speak, for us. I think that we're not trying to look at it through a critical lens. Um, I would say 95% no. Like, as in critical, like, driving in on on what they can improve on. We do need to mention it and talk about it as a
Mm-hmm.
part of the fan base as well. But we say this because honestly, we want to see them win. We want to see them
Mm-hmm.
take it all the way. I know, I think I can speak for Will. The criticism is fine, but the negativity is different.
Right.
I agree.
Right.
I agree. If I'm coming across as negative, then I'm gonna recalibrate the way that I speak. I'm not trying to be negative. I'm just observing, and I'm telling you what my observations are.
Yeah, if we come across negative, you could point out what it is, and we'll elaborate on it and try to
Yeah.
just base. Because sometimes when you come across and you just saying what you see or how you feel, and then when someone is objective and you elaborate, then you could kind of smooth it out when you explain your points. And if the points that you make aren't in a negative way, then they may understand your take on it. That's really all what it is. Nobody's really like Chris Stats may have a good point. I may have a different point, and some people will see what she's saying, and some people may see what I'm saying. Some people may not even agree with both of us is saying. That's just
Right,
how it
right.
goes. Everybody's gonna have an opinion, and that's basically all what it is. And I think the dope part about the show and our community with Knicks fans, right? We get to talk about it together and figure things out and put good content out there. Because if you say I'm wrong, then I'm gonna correct it and fix it, and even give you credit for saying whatever it may be. We're not perfect, you know, we say our opinion with our chest because
Yep.
we know the game and we know what we see. Just like earlier, if you was watching the show, I broke down why Towns do what he do, why Mitch do what he do. He can't do what Towns do offensively. It's a lot of deep stuff to the game. So we're not really disrespecting the person, right? And we
Mm-hmm.
donate money because we go to games, we buy jerseys, right? So if we're not disrespecting your family and you, then it's basically we just saying what type of level of basketball that we expect from you on that garden floor. That's it. You know, we ain't gonna be disrespectful. I grew up a lot too. I used to not care about what I say, and I used to say takes, in reference to really how I am, because I don't be scared to say anything, and nobody could stop how I feel and all that. But when you really look at it, you don't really want to just be negative on people and make money, especially talking bad about people. I want to give a fair
Absolutely.
assessment and break down the game fairly. If my team is wrong or the players that I like is wrong, I want to point out where they wrong, even if I'm a fan of them or they've played for my team. And that's just how I'm gonna keep it. Ain't nobody giving me no under the rug money for me to not point out if you keep falling down when
Mm-hmm.
you're not
Mm-hmm.
supposed to, or you keep fouling, you keep doing. But guess what I will do? I'll say Carl Anthony Towns is leading in rebounds, and Carl Anthony Towns is doing this good. Because you can't say one thing and not say the other. That's how I'm keeping it. Real talk. I may come at people and say certain things, but I'm still going to give them their grace and say what they do in reference to the upside as well, because you can't just say the bad and not the good, because then you look like you coming across as trying to dog the play out and just talk bad about them. You don't see the good, you only see the bad, right? That's what a lot of people do. But you got to remember, negativity makes they show move too. Negativity sells more. So shout out to TikTok, man. Everybody watching, wherever you at. It's your boy HardWiLL. Salute.
Yeah, shout out.
Word.
And I just wanted to just give my little piece on that too, just to
Mm-hmm.
piggyback on what you said, Will. Um, and then we could get into this comment.
Get focus on what
I
you saying. The comment will be there. Don't worry.
I definitely, because some of my point of views are subjective. Like I see
Mm-hmm.
it the way that I see it, right?
Mm-hmm.
But I'm also observing the same way that you guys are. So, and then I'm in statistics and analytics.
Right.
So, I have to tell the truth, right?
The numbers don't lie.
They're never gonna lie to us.
The plus and
So,
minus, all that. Right.
all of it. And listen, I am learning as I go. Um, this is not something that I've been doing for long, but I can tell you what I see and where it matches up with the
Right.
stats and the analytics with what I see. So I'm definitely not trying to rag on my team. I'm not trying to be negative towards anyone to any
Mm-hmm.
capacity. I
Mm-hmm.
just want what I want is what you want, and I think
Yeah.
we all can collectively say that we want to see them go to the championships. We want to see them win,
Right.
and
Mm-hmm. It's been a long time.
it has. We want to see it. The potential is there, but I do say what I say. I think that lineup. I think that needs to be rethought. I do. Like, I'm sorry for you to repeat the same things, right? You do
Mm-hmm.
the same things in the same structure, and to expect things to significantly change. I don't think that's a good mindset.
Mm-hmm. But do
So,
you think, let me ask you a question. Do you think that a player, like if he's going through other things like we brought up earlier, right? Like I think that's a real problem when players feel like I gotta be the hustle man. I gotta be the hustle man, right?
yep,
And I
leadership.
think it's not a problem. I just think that the players have to be signed up for it. So this the reason why I said to you I would pick Bridges over Hart. And let me just tell you why. You laughed when I said Hart give you what Towns don't, because obviously you see that he's in
Right.
there.
I laughed
He's
because you were
tough.
right.
Right. That's what I'm saying. He's tough. He's in it. Right. So we had. That's why I said we had to choose one, because Bridges was known as a good wing defender as well. At one time, he was getting credit for being a great wing defender. Um, it goes back to the point of, you know, these guys aren't two-way players, right? We're gonna need
Right.
more. What made me think about this is just to give you this point before we move on. Personally, what I think, we're gonna need more. If I'm wrong and we win, see me at the parade. I still could celebrate. I've been a fan all this time. I would be happy, but I think we need more. So with that being said, out of the two, I would keep Hart, because Hart is the type of player to me that would fit in that role and be cool with getting rebounds, hitting a three for you when he needed sometimes. And, because remember, if you bring in more, he's going to have to, that person would help us to where we seeing Bridges really isn't. But to give Bridges some credit, somebody brought this up to me and it was a fact. He does play better in the playoffs. Bridges plays better in the playoffs, and that's fine. He don't have to play that great if we still getting a win, because it's only one basketball. But we're gonna need everybody. We're gonna need everybody, even the bench, to bring it home. With this team, everybody gonna have to chip in and throw an elbow and kick somebody in the shin and hit a shot, a layup, anything to help, bro. To bring it home for the city.
I agree with that 100%. I don't think anyone should be in disagreement with that. But my point of view is subjective. So,
No, you got a good point. Look, let me tell you this. Chris Stats. If you could say something and make me do that and think of great takes that wasn't even scheduled because we were supposed to been moved on, that's great.
mm-hmm.
Because the true watchers could go and watch it and see this was a great conversation. That's why I was about to go on the audio sites, just so they could get used to hearing a good conversation from the voices. You know what I mean? Because we're not doing that, whatever was said. And I don't think that person was accusing. I don't want you to feel that way. They're just saying, like, this person here, I don't know them. See?
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 Uh
But
huh.
we didn't see it. I didn't even see it yet, and I'm telling you that. Yeah, see, these are people, either I might know that is or I don't, but I could say, like, they're not coming with that. They just saying, like, the fan base is negative. They have, but I'm gonna address it to you. The fan base is invested a lot of money in the Knicks, and a lot of them feel like it's the same stuff keep happening over and over again. So they getting tired and they get say whatever they feel. I'm always going to be objective and stay positive, because I feel like if I've been a fan this long, I'm just going to relax, be way closer than we have been. And
That's true.
my last take is this, and I mean this is my last take. I used to be a Knick fan when we used to get fun of being a Knick fan. And I said, now that the Knicks is in a situation where they, in the conversation, we got respect, that's all I wanted. I know eventually we're gonna win, because there's gonna need to be certain moves made and certain things happen. Cool. I'm not going nowhere. You know what I'm saying? But I'm really proud that the team has respect now. And the only true fans that stayed with the Knicks when we was trash could feel that way. And I like to say stuff like that because it's a lot of dudes that came back around and try to act like they wasn't a Brooklyn Net fan or whatever fan they was, and they ain't lead the Knicks. And I mean that shit. I mean it. HardWiLL telling y'all. I mean it. That's what y'all did. Word, that's what y'all did.
I
Let me
ain't
get
mad at that.
that's you,
I ain't mad at that.
and we welcome you back. Until then, I know you was accusing. I ain't see you there when Charles Smith was consecutive shots into the rim.
There go the mic again. Well, can't hear you at all. You muted.
Coach, I'm muted still. You hear me now, right?
No, I hear you. I hear you. Just not clear.
Get low. Okay, hold on. I don't
Okay,
like
you
that.
you
We
you came back.
okay, cool. I think that's something I got to stop moving down. We got a good team. The coach got to bring that out of us. I'm trying to give him some grace, but he needs to be more tough on the players. I'm glad I popped. I'm glad I pulled up your message, Tim. I mean your comment. Excuse me, Tim. Tibbs was exactly what these guys needed. Mike Brown is coming over here being like that cool parent when these are grown men that's getting a lot of money. And I don't know if they didn't like that Tibbs was doing that, but I feel like I'm not seeing the same thing from Tibbs when it comes to that. I seen Tibbs in real game arguing straight up with the players. And I feel like Mike Brown is bringing some things that Tibbs didn't bring, and vice versa. Because Mike Brown is playing the bench way more than Tibbs ever played, trying to prepare us to go further, probably than Tibbs brought us, right? But the point is, we're missing what you're saying. We don't have that. We don't have, him being tough and making them be accountable. Like, yo, bro, I told you to do this and you did that. It's hard to do that when you have the type of relationship that Brown is showing that he has. He's standing there, he look all confused. I'd rather Tibbs standing there on his G shit. Like Tibbs used to stand all the way away from the coaches by himself, like a crazy man standing there mad all the time. You seen Tibbs smile, you could count on your hand. I'd rather a coach like that because the players know it's no time for the in between playing around. I'm pointing it out in the film session, letting you know you was wrong. And Carl Towns was not playing this way when Tibbs was there. To be fair to your take, to your comment, bro. What you think about that, Chris?
I'm gonna gracefully bow out of that because that predates me. Because remember, I was telling you that my heart was
Mm-hmm.
broken, so
Mm-hmm.
I really cannot make a take on that
Man,
honestly.
damn, the
Um,
Knicks did that to her, yo. She was so heartbroken. She had to take a break. I had to ask her to please come back.
it was really hurting, especially in
Oh God.
23. In
No, God.
2023,
I know.
and
I was there.
whew, I was like, I can't do this. I'm out.
Well, I answered
Like,
for both of us. I answered that. Trust me, because I was already thinking about what he said on my own. So all Nick fans, we know. I'm telling you, the Knicks community is very smart. We just angry. We smart, angry people.
and I never switched up. I never switched up. It was only the Knicks.
So Paris Duggar, Knicks haven't beat Detroit. So what? They also got bodies at Boston, Philly twice, 2-1 versus Cleveland. Denver got back. Toronto all year. Spurs Cup Finals. All right, Paris. All right, we can move on from the Knicks. We went longer than we expected. Great Knicks conversation, and we could have kept it going because there's some stuff that wasn't answered, some stuff you had to say. Or to be fair, did you get everything off and finish with the Knicks? Because I was going on, and sometimes I forget, and we jump into something else, and I want to make sure moving forward that if I do, you have to go like this. This is part of what you have to do because I'm busy locking in. Because you know what I mean. My database is pulling up all the stuff, and you know what I mean. So you gotta. Will I this my take? I have a great take. Don't be skipping me, son. He put you Christina. Yeah, it's Chrisinda Stats. My guy, Vince. Good to see you. And if you're
Thank
not
you so
writing in the
much.
chat, please write something in the chat or after the show. You know what I mean? If you want, however you want to do it. But show love to the show so we could keep getting more views, much views as we can, and keep it on the feed. Just trying to make sure I looked at all the comments that's here. All right, that's about it for now. If any more come in, we'll address them. You know, y'all, the people that's still here, we're gonna go into the Ti 50 Cent situation. So,
Ooh, this is a tough one.
and we address hip hop, the culture, and I think that down the line they're gonna look forward to us to have something to say about this stuff because we not trolling and we giving real game. You know, anybody could get famous quick trolling, and that shit
We're
go.
not doing that.
We not trolling. This is gonna be how we feel from the heart, respectfully, like we said to that person in the chat. We're gonna give our objective opinion, fair about everything. So we're gonna jump right into it. The Ti versus 50 Cent situation, right? I feel like it's getting a little bit out of hand. You know, I told you earlier when we spoke about it that I felt like it wasn't real because I don't
Right.
feel um like I don't feel like these guys would just come out of nowhere and do this if it wasn't staged and they planned on just making streams go up or Ti dropping the album. But when you said you think it's almost like you were saying, do you think somebody would negotiate for you to talk about somebody's mom or dead mom,
Mm-hmm.
right? And it's like,
Right.
no, I don't. I don't. So you kind of changed my perspective because we have a lot of that going on. We have a lot of our moguls and entertainers, you know, they revenue is going up and down with the algorithm now. And they do things to make their numbers go up. And we just be there entertained for the popcorn thinking that it's real and it ain't really real, to be real with y'all. Right. And I thought that was this type of situation. But when Chris Stat said that, I said, nah, she got a good point. And I think this is it. And actually I kind of looked at it other ways too, because some of the stuff that started to be said too, I said, nah,
Yep.
I'm not negotiating that. And you got my
That's what I
mother
said
on a
too.
shirt
Yep.
putting weed on her face. And but I'm gonna make sure through this segment of the show, I'm not gonna be long winded. I'm just still getting used to from not doing shows by myself and from trying to carry Christina. She's gonna carry a lot of the show as well. So I'm gonna start off right away now by saying, like, asking you, do you think once I say something about your mom, is it okay for you to say something about my dead mom or anything after that?
The answer is yes.
Yes, what?
Yes, it's okay for me to say something about your deceased mother.
After I speak about your mother.
Yep.
Why do you feel
Now,
that way? Remember, I said if you slap me, I could punch you. Same thing.
yep,
That's like the same
yep,
thing, right?
yep,
Okay.
yep. Because the point is going to get across, regardless of what tactics I use. And
Hmm.
that's what I think that this is about. It's about tactics, right? Now, to your point, I do want to just add what you said. Hi in the comments. What you said. Ti is actually dropping an album tomorrow. Excuse me, a single tomorrow. So yes, I do think that there is a component there that is doing this for the algorithm and for the
Hmm.
shucking and jiving. But
Hmm.
okay, and I should have peeped this early, right? I really looked at what King, the youngest son,
Hmm.
said. He said that with his heart and soul
Hmm.
about he was like, "Nah, I'm not doing it on my mother. Like I'm not." That was that was real true emotion. That boy
From
was
him.
upset. Yep. And he's
Hmm.
known to be upset. He's known to be emotional, but
Hmm.
I really think that whoever said it was going to get that smoke, but definitely now you, because you done did this, you done did that, you done. And listen, some people may think it's appropriate or inappropriate with what 50 did with Diddy, right? To me, the way that I see it, that information was going to be brought out anyways, whether it was a white person that brought it out or whether it was a black person that brought it out. It just so happened that 50
True.
Cent had have the resource has the resources to buy it and you know put it together the way
Reproduce
that
and
he
put it
did.
out. Yeah. Right.
Okay, that shows his character. However, he did not. He's not changing up. This is his character. He's been like this for a considerable amount of time now.
Mm-hmm.
So, okay, we know all of these. The term is escaping me, but we know all
Yeah.
these components about like this gentleman. So
Yeah.
for King to respond that way, then I think 50 his response was like a emoji of a frog face,
Mm-hmm.
LOL. I think he understood like, hmm, maybe this wasn't a good move. Um,
Who 50 after the fact?
like maybe this is going to be bigger than what I thought
Mm-hmm.
because it was then when King started going off on his mom. So
Oh,
that
okay. I see what you're saying.
he like put the to me he like put the bullets in the in the chamber.
Mm-hmm.
So it was like, okay, then this boy did a PowerPoint presentation on Instagram. That was the platform that I saw.
Mm-hmm.
And it was very interesting and captivating. I did zoom in and I did take my time and energy that I'm never going to get back to read that document.
And
And
what happened?
every
What type of
at
document? I don't know what it
it
is.
was
That's what I'm saying.
basically it was like it just it was just a document that stated facts. If I could just be like
About what though?
plain.
His case, a case or
No, no,
something?
no. About 50,
What?
like things that 50 is known to do, like things that
Like what?
50 has done that were
Mm-hmm.
out of pocket. He mentioned the situation. Then he also mentioned things that were out of pocket. It was in no specific order that I am aware of.
Mm-hmm.
Um, how he is, he's known to be a woman beater.
Mm.
How he speaks about women a lot. He's disrespectful.
Mm.
Um, it was a long document, Will. Like, I should have sent this to you. So I was like, okay, it is fair to assess at this point that King is not joking with this. He
Yeah.
was not. He went
Yeah, but he's
all
talking
the
about
way
his
in.
mother. Why would you, like you said, I asked you the first question and you was like,
But
and my
that would have been
question was serious.
yes.
I said my
But
question is serious, and you said yeah, like I don't like basically you didn't say you personally would do that because you wouldn't be. But
no,
I'm saying you like you don't knock him.
I don't.
You don't knock King.
I don't because people have been doing that to that lady for years. And that woman is so humble and gracious with the way that she takes the slander that she gets. And slander probably is an
Who Tiny?
inappropriate word. Yes. Just the digs, the disrespect, the nastiness, the salaciousness of the things that they say.
But
What she
why?
does, I mean, it's a various amount of things that they make comments on. It's nothing really personal about her because she presents herself as a very nice, well-rounded mother and everything else, all the other roles
Mm-hmm.
that she's in. So
Yeah.
of course it's her appearance, and women we get a
Oh.
bad rap, with how we age and how our bodies look
Mm-hmm.
and things. So she fell victim to that. Okay, does her body look good? No, but we know that. Like, whoever has an opinion about that, you have an opinion about it. But you, 50, at your big age, with your money and your resources, you take the time to jab her? I
So
don't
you think
understand that.
so that point, that part of it bothered you more than anything because you're a lady?
No,
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 no, I'm just
not
asking the question. It's just
necessarily.
a no.
Mm-mm.
I'm not saying no, no. I wasn't like trying. I'm just saying because there's so much that happened,
Right.
right?
Mm-hmm.
Now, granted, he didn't have to post her body,
Mm-hmm.
right? I
Right.
don't think he had to mention her period. But
Correct.
I think what you said about his history and what he do, he's done worse than that. The only person I think is worse than him is Charleston White.
Right. We mentioned that earlier.
So I don't know. So I
I'm
just mentioned
saying
the girl part to you because I think women feel that way about body shaming women.
right. I
And she's
mean,
older and you're a grown ass man. So that's why I asked you in that way, because there's so much to impact from there. But he's an older guy and you feel like he should have just kind of found other ways to attack or come
and again,
across.
like yes, like what I said, it's his tactics that he
Hmm.
uses. It's not
Yeah.
so much that you said something. Why did you have to say her? Because you knew that you would provoke this emotion, this visceral emotion, but maybe you thought it was gonna come from Ti. You probably thought, the kids may not say as much. Maybe this will light Ti, but
Hmm.
Ti actually said in his response, "I'm gonna let my children handle you because
Oh, Ti
I
said
don't."
that.
Yeah, he said,
But do you
"I'm
think
gonna let
that's
my
smart
son."
to say you're gonna let your sons handle this?
I think that was a mistake. That was a
Why?
mistake
Because it's dangerous,
because,
right?
yep, what we spoke about earlier,
Mm-hmm.
the street thing. Being a person from Queens, from Far Rockaway, Queens, I'm not I'm not gonna sit here and say that I know all of the lore that goes behind Curtis Jackson. Um, because I don't. But there's a lot of hearsay. Like some people say that some people said that 50 is like affiliated with the police. Let me just
Oh,
be honest,
did they now?
because they did, because they was like, now this
Don't
was
make
at
me
the
laugh.
time. I mean,
You said you said they did.
they did, and they said this
Oh
because
Lord.
remember the time before we saw this
Yo,
version of
Fifth,
50
I ain't
song.
saying she did. I'm
They
just
did say
playing,
that
Chris.
about you.
No, I'm just playing, Chris.
They did,
He know that.
and
He
you
know
knew.
that. That ain't nothing new.
They said that about you.
That's
So
old news, Chris. But go ahead.
right,
You right though.
right. I'm not saying
Yeah.
nothing new.
Everybody know that. Yeah, you ain't saying
So
nothing new.
all right, so so then we have that, and it's very polarizing, like his behavior. So it's like
Hmm.
you over here on this side, like where you could possibly be affiliated with police, and then
Yeah.
you're over you come all the way to the other end of the polar, where you're talking about like gang affiliation. And when I say that, I'm really talking more about the Ja Rule situation, because to
Hmm.
me, you did Ja Rule way, I don't want to say way worse for less,
Hmm.
but I feel like maybe he just felt like Ja Rule was just a PUSSY. Like I don't.
No, I think the reason why, see, like you brought it up earlier about 50's book as well. Remember you said
Yes,
50's book
yes,
was teaching
yes,
gems about how his name being relevant or always being in somebody's mind or always being in a conversation. So
yes. He
if
said
somebody
something.
write a book, go ahead.
I'm sorry. He
No,
just
it's
said
okay. Go ahead.
something um, to the point of, well, any type of press is good press for me because it puts money in my pocket. And then I
Hmm.
started saying, well, now it's showing me that you don't have any integrity for real. But we knew that from the way that well, I knew that, I'll say me,
Hmm.
I knew that from the way that he was speaking about Vivica. And
Hmm.
to be fair, Vivica should have just closed her mouth. I mean, but as a woman, sometimes we take it a little bit too far because your emotions are involved and you feel sad and you want people to know that you're sad and,
Hmm.
whatever. I don't really, or to just be relevant, thinking about how the media works and operates. But for me, the things that he said about her, I was like, you're not a nice person.
Hmm.
You're not a nice person.
But he was ahead of his time. And I think that all the money he got and all the success, not to make excuses for him, but I think that he didn't know how to handle it. And there was a lot of things coming, that was coming fast. And what I was going to say before about the Ja Rule and certain beefs and what he said in the book, right? When
Mm-hmm.
somebody try to kill you it's never beef is squash, and that's why he kind of still was talking about Irv Gotti, and I'm just gonna say rest in peace, even if I mention his name. Rest in peace to the Gottis and Irv Gotti, right? But when
Right.
he passed away, 50 didn't care. He posted something about him or whatever, right? So when you think somebody dies and then you post, so and I didn't even think about that when I asked you about uh him saying something about his mom and then King saying something about his dead mother. So I'm sure that those people remembered that he spoke about somebody that way and felt like
Sure did.
he's not sensitive to them type of things. So why should we be sensitive? You know what I mean? So that's just something to look at. But my thing is with him, once you try to kill him, he's never gonna forgive you.
Hmm.
Um, I was watching another show when they try to say something about what he did to his son mother's house, right? That wasn't true. That wasn't true. They try to make it seem like he did that, but he is an animal, but I wouldn't call him that type of animal, to be fair.
Okay.
Because we live in a world of trolling now. So it's hard to really figure what's real or what's fake. But that's a real situation that happened. And I think that you could say what you want about from a woman perspective about how a man shouldn't treat a woman, right? I
Right.
can't really speak on it. I can still say, yeah, I feel like it was disrespectful. But you're gonna come from the heart with it about he shouldn't have said that about her body shaming, and you was 100% right because he's an older guy. But this gloves off type of thing is where he already know that that's how they're gonna come with it. So he's already gonna come with it because if it's already on, it's already on. Like, why should I care if like like the other son, we brought that up. You don't think he's gonna come out and say he's right now? He has a team of people going to get all bunch of information on the Harris family.
Hmm.
We sit back with our popcorn, we entertain, but is this what hip hop is about now? Is this a part of hip hop trolling? Did you
See,
expect music? Did you want a song from 50 after T.I. dropped the song?
no. I could go my whole entire life without anything else.
Whoa, whoa, whoa. Wait, what? Why? Why? But T.I., hold on. You from Queens? I gotta sit up in my chair. Hold up. You said you could go with I'm sorry, I yelled in your ear. My bad.
No, 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 no.
I'm saying, hold up. You saying you cool with never hearing 50 rap.
Hmm.
But T.I. dropped the rap and you think it's cool.
No, I don't. I don't think Ti should be doing it either.
Okay, but do you like the song?
I don't.
Okay, well, my bad. I thought you
I
said
don't.
that before. You
I.
maybe thought the song was okay or something.
Oh no, no, no. I was just saying, like, just as to piggyback over what you were saying, like for
Hmm.
promo and for the, the whole
Oh no,
fanfare
I
of it
wasn't talking
all.
about today. I thought I heard you say that before. I got what you were saying about the pump fake they giving us and the algorithm, the pump fake that could be going on. Yeah, I know what you mean. Yeah, no, but I thought
Well,
you mentioned to me before that you heard the song or the Ti song. Cause I did the reaction video and it was funny, but you didn't. But you're not gonna be like, "Yo, this song is trash" or nothing like that. You're not gonna say that anyway. That's not your style. You ain't gonna say that. Well, well, I did
how
say
do you
a
feel
couple
about the
things
comment?
already. This one,
Hmm. I mean, I think we should look at the comments. I mean, but I think the consensus is the same.
yeah, I don't, I don't think you said it already, Chris. Like, it's already like we know what 50's gonna do.
Hmm.
I didn't expect him to rap. He got too much money to rap. I gotta fix that. I gotta tighten that screw to have so I won't have to keep doing that next show. But I don't think I didn't never. Okay, to be fair, my take was gonna be when I heard Ti song. Personally, I feel like he did an okay job. Not the diss records though. I'm
Okay.
talking about the song, the one I did the reaction to. That's
Hmm.
all I'm talking about. I'm thinking he just doing music. He cut his hair. He did the interview with Wallow and Gilly. Shout out $1 million worth of game. He did that interview. He in there with the Impala. It was a good look for him. He doing something for Atlanta. Maybe, I seen a lot of memes about the 40 plus guys started thinking that they could go back and, start doing shit again because, what T.I. did. So it was cool. I think that's dope instead of the whole 50 Cent thing because somebody's going to get hurt once you start talking about somebody's mother, especially 50 Cent's mother. Because the bully don't take it the same way that they give it.
Nope.
Normally, bullies can't take what they dish out. Is that true?
I would have to agree because that actually has to be taken into account for why they became the bully.
Mm, right.
Because what's making you a bully? You There's something there that you're
Mm-hmm.
lacking, that your heart is broken about, that's making you behave this way. So
Mm.
does
I
50
see what you're saying.
possess that level of bully, like minus all of this that we're seeing right now? I would say yes.
Hmm.
I
I
don't
think
think
he
all
has
of
to.
it is motivated by the money. I think
No,
as a
because
person he's like that.
hmm yeah, and you got to think if somebody write a book like with Robert Greene,
Hmm.
48 Laws of Power, he wrote 50 Laws of Power.
Yep.
When you read that kind of book, right? It's like a mind manipulating type of kill your enemies, crush your enemy type of book. Very powerful book. I read the book a long time ago. And when I seen it, he was getting with the author that originated the book, Robert Greene. I said, nah, this kid different. He's different. Because for you to say back like a little while ago, like he put that in a book, I seen it where he's saying years ago that he gonna do da 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 da, and he doing it. So if he say he gonna do it and he doing it, then it's like you saying exactly what he doing, and he don't care how nobody feel. Charleston White don't care how nobody feel. And I'm gonna say this last part, not last part, about
He
Charleston White before
cares.
I forget. Charleston White did an interview and he said how he tricked everybody because he was all positive and nobody cared. Once he started talking about people, kids, and being disrespectful, he started making money and everybody started watching his videos. So that's why we were saying earlier, if y'all heard us saying that we not gonna troll, I'm not saying nothing to get a bunch of views. I'd rather build my following and make sense of stuff that people could follow and listen to and say at least on this platform they wasn't telling us to do things that make us crash out. Because a lot of celebrities, if they act a certain way as a kid especially, you may think that's cool because most of the comments they just laughing over there. Nobody is really thinking about the body shaming like Chris Stat spoke about and stuff like that. We live in a world now where it's just a joke, it's just a meme, but it's people hurt behind that. That's somebody moms. Now he talking about your moms and she not alive. It's like you slapped him and he punched you but he punched you with brass knuckles on because that's mama love. That's mama love. But the bully has to take that on the chin. And I could be honest to say it's sad too that I want to see how he's gonna reply. It's sad to say that I want to see, but I want to see for many reasons, not just for the dopamine, not just for the dopamine. This shit is dopamine, for real, not just for the dopamine, son. I just want to see after all this
Not
shit,
the dopamine.
yeah, not just for the dopamine, not just for the
Ooh,
dopamine. I really just want to
not
say
us
how.
admitting that
No,
this
let me.
makes us
No,
happy.
no, it's dopamine. Yeah, it does. It's addictive. Yo, this is why they named it dope. You're not proud that you on it, but you need it. You're not proud that you're on it. Like, I see them dope piece. They be standing
Oh
there.
man.
Excuse this comment because I'm not making fun of them. I work in Manhattan too sometimes. They be leaning over. They don't care how they look. They on that dope. So
God God
when
bless
you
you.
want to watch that content, you know it's not what you're not supposed to be doing, but you still watch it. So that's why it's called dopamine. It's not saying they just taking the dope word because it's the same thing, and that's a real thing. Dopamine. They feeding us dopamine. I was gonna create something off that word. I just believe in it so much. That's what's going on. So if that's what it's driven off of, because you said 50 Ben said it in his book,
Hmm.
we here now, and we we're saying that he shouldn't be saying certain stuff about an older lady's body and a lot of stuff that was said, and we're older and we can't laugh at it like that, or say like it's cool if we trying to set an example, but we still want to see what's going on. It's still being watched. It's still a whole bunch of views. And why I'm saying it that way is because that's the reason why Charleston White and these people chose to go the negative route. Because even though they being negative, they still getting more views than the people that's being positive like we are. So we making a sacrifice to have 10 people watching us because we doing this. But guess what? When we break the threshold and our real true people support us and start following us, we're gonna sustain ours. Because it's not an overnight success of us talking bad about people to try to make people come and laugh on somebody else's pain
Right.
with me. That's not cool. Is the shit funny? Personally, to me, sometimes, to be honest with you, yeah. It's sad too that I still laugh at some of this, but that's the point I was making about the dopamine. You
Yes,
know what I'm
I
saying?
understand
And
your
we can
point
still
with it.
enjoy ourselves to an extent. You know what I mean? But we don't have
Yes,
to
everybody
co-sign
will
the fuckery.
see.
I could
Yeah.
laugh at something and then say this shit ain't right though, bro. But you got to understand, we grew up in poverty in the hood, in the street.
Hmm.
So it took
Hmm.
us a long time to know right from wrong. And should we laugh at somebody's downfall or pain and all that? That's a part of maturing that I feel like I shouldn't do. And everybody's not there in their life. And I understand that. So if I happen to laugh, that's just because we still growing. You know what I mean? That's just a part of life. And that's why we talking about it, to just talk about it in a real way, not to clown the kids or clown 50, but be real about the situation. Because if it was me, I would be mad. I would be upset. 50 Cent's son now could be engaged in this. Actually, not could be. He actually is, because they made jokes on his son and talked bad about his son. But guess what? What if Marquise felt like you talking about his grandmother? Now him and his friends want to get at
And
King and
that's exactly what we're saying here, Will. This is where the line should have been drawn in the sand, where it
mm-hmm.
was like, we are not going to involve children in it because of this, this, and this. And
Yeah.
notably, Marquise Jackson, because Marquise has been mistreated publicly by his father. And God bless him because he never, like, I think that kid is like really so remarkable because like he says what he says. He doesn't go too crazy with it, and he keeps it pushing,
Thanks,
right? Like
babe.
he he really does. Like he handles himself with eloquence and grace to me. Um, but to your point, right? What if he is offended by that? What if something? Because we don't know
Would
what the
you be,
relationship
Chris? Would
now.
you be?
Okay,
Because
tell it.
listen, I got a great question for you. Don't forget where you was. That's what you got to practice doing. If you got something good to say, then you're going to be able to remember it if it's a good take.
Uh huh.
If you don't have a relationship with your dad,
Hmm.
hypothetical, let's just say, and someone talks someone talks about your grandmother, you're gonna not care just because your relationship with your dad isn't there? Because your grandmother passed away, so you don't have a chance to have a relationship with her. Go ahead.
To answer your question, am I going to just take that on the chin just because? No, not me. But let's think about it. Marquise never knew his grandmother.
That's why I said though, yeah, he don't know her, but that's still
So,
his grandmother. He
right.
looked just
I
like
don't,
her.
he does. I don't think that he's going to come out swinging. I don't.
Mm.
But what
Because
if
him
he
and his
does?
father's problem, you think?
Him, no, because he doesn't know her.
Yeah, but the family name and respect is on the line now. Because look, all right, look, I only could not saying I disagree with you, but the reason why I kept saying asking you about the father and the son relationship is the only reason why he won't stand up, right? Because he still did videos and press, talking about who he is, right? But you got the
Marquise?
bloodline from your father. Yes.
Yes, you
He has
do.
the bloodline from his father,
The
right?
lineage.
And I feel like even if you don't cool with your father, that's still your grandmother. And if
Hmm.
people say, okay, you chose to just stay out of it, I'm cool with that too, because
Hmm.
that's just the mature thing to do, and that's called taking the high road.
Hmm.
And I would do that if I was him personally, because my dad is doing the total opposite at his age, and it doesn't really look too good at the amount of money he has. But I don't think it looks too bad in 50's mind because he's having fun. And when you get that much money, you get bored.
That's
And he don't
true.
have a, you know what the main flex was? And I'm gonna pass it right now. The main flex was the family thing that lady said, that my kids and my family is the main flex. And they I said that was it. That was the shot. That was the lean back buzzer beater. Yeah, it's over.
Hmm.
When she said the flex is the family and you don't have no family
Yep.
and you don't have nobody that love you, I said, nah,
It
this just
was.
done went somewhere.
Yeah, that was the mic drop comment that she made. Definitely, you're unhappy. You're unhappy. It's very clear and palpable to us that are watching. You and this was spoken about in great depth with the Diddy documentary, with how he felt about, I forget her, Daphne Joy,
Oh yeah, his son's mom.
allegedly
Yeah,
Sire's mom. Allegedly,
yeah.
he really, really loved her. And I'm not a man, I can't speak on how men feel about women. But
Mm-hmm.
what was stated allegedly was that he really, really, really thought a lot of
Mm.
her. And he felt like she was potentially the one for him, allegedly.
Mm-hmm.
So they were saying that, well, he probably felt a way. The reason why he's coming at Diddy this way is because Diddy smutted his baby mom out. And okay, if that was me, I would just be like, all right, well, she's a grown woman. She's allowed me. But they were saying that that was really why 50 came and did him dirty, like went into his business, like went into his underwear drawer and took, like his dirty drawers and put it
Yeah,
out there for us to
it
see.
is laundry. Yeah.
So, you know, that's the reason why he took that tactic. I believe that there's probably more than that,
Mm-hmm.
but that might be one of the driving forces behind why he did it that way, like so
Mm-hmm.
low down. Um, and okay, let's just be honest. Okay, then the next young lady that he was with, um, Cuban Link,
Mm-hmm.
she didn't have, she didn't go off on him.
I'm listening. I
Uh,
just got to step right here. Keep going.
okay, she didn't go off on him, but she said something like he's not the guy that you can really rely on. So
Oh,
you're
Cuban said that.
actually perpetrating the same exact thing that you brought to light because Diddy was that's what we got from the Diddy documentary. That's one of the things that we got from the documentary. But you're known to do the same things. So it's like, are we robbing Peter to pay Paul? Like, I don't really understand like what is the genesis of this issue. Like
Great
that.
point.
Why at this point? I don't like who can. We know that Ti, and God bless Ti and the Harrises, right?
Mm-hmm.
God bless them as a family. But
Yeah.
we know that Ti is not coming out with like an album that's going to be legendary at this point. Like, we
Yeah.
those days are behind us. And not to say that he can't make good work because I'm
Yeah.
sure his work is going to be great. His body of work is great. But
Yeah.
that's not the expectation. So, what was the driving force behind you doing something like this? And why? Like, why did you? Why? Why? Why are you prone to do things the way that you do them? It's because you're unhappy. You're unhappy. And like you said, that lady got on there and that was her mic drop moment. And I thought it was a little but now since you say it will, you're right. That's exactly what she was trying to own in on and say, yeah, this is what it feels like to have a family that loves me to come to my aid and defend me. You're on the outs with everyone.
Right.
Rich
Yeah.
man, go and make love to your money. Go and hug your money. So, I mean, I see it. I see it both ways, but I don't really understand. Like, 50, you don't need this. The money
Yeah,
that
he's
you're
too
making
busy
off of
right now.
this,
He
right?
doing
It's
all that
not.
stuff in Shreveport and all that with the whole studio and everything. I don't think he need this, but like I think it's what you said though earlier when you said it just got out of hand and he didn't think it was like how he's so fast to say something about somebody and nobody say nothing back, but he just picked the wrong one. Just like how some bullies run into the wrong one sometimes.
Yeah. Yeah.
Just like I think Rick Ross was the wrong one because Rick Ross never backed down. He was ready every time to keep going back and forth. He made himself famous off of it, and that's what 50 does, and that's what he doesn't want to do. He wants to like just say something about you and you don't say nothing back, right? Because he don't want to help you get famous off of him mentioning your name. But at the same time, when the dude start frying you up, then you mention his name. So which one is it? So you have no self control to say this is not worth me to just leave it alone. Like, how many times, even at my level with nowhere near money like that, say, yo, bro, this not worth me. I'm not even saying anything back. And I feel like it's not even all about money. You know how many times that could have saved my life? You know what I mean? Because it's just about
Yes,
the
I do.
karma. It's just about the karma that you put out there, and you could avoid a lot of bad karma by just because your mind will tell you, like, yo, this situation could go any way. Like, you're so emotional that you have to say something back, then you have a problem. Like, if you never accomplished enough things personally, where if you fought enough or defended, like that many people bothered you or got away with bothering you, where you have to go off and not let it slide. That's the point I'm trying to make. Where it's like I'm not at an age, even my age, right? Me and 50's around the same age, like where if somebody say something to me, I used to be that person where I'd be like, nah, I'm getting the first punch. I'm just gonna punch him in his mouth. You know what I mean? Then have it a fight go from there, right? But that's when I was young. You know what I mean? So it's like you could say something that'll make me want to do that. I'm not doing that. Like, what are we doing? You're not on a level in your mind now that you say you way bigger than that now. And that's how I think. I'll be like, bro, I'm way, and I laugh at it a lot because I'll be like, damn, I would have knocked son right out right here, right in front of everybody. And I'll be like, I'm not even on that type of time now. Like, I could actually take whatever it was. Like, and I'm like, that's a show that shows growth. You know what I mean? That shows maturity. That shows that. And then the last part I'm gonna say on this, it feels so good when you go home after those kind of situations and you realize what you did. Reference to the opposite decision that you could have made, how it feel at that night when you get home and you knowing you shouldn't have did that shit, or you in jail, or now you got to go get your weapon and all this other shit got to go on. So it's a different feel when you make them reactions the wrong way. And so you got to know that one decision could ruin your whole week,
Yep.
month, or life. Either way, you could have just said, no doubt, have a good day. And fuck they head all up. Like, it's some people that really know me for that, the other me, that try to do that to me. And when I said, yo, have a good day, the niggas ain't know what to do. They thought I wasn't me. It's like, yo, he said, what? Nigga, you can't make me crash out, bro. Like, you can't. I was young when I was willing to crash out for you. Now, I'm going to say, have a nice day, or I'm going to act like I ain't hear you. I'm going to smile at you. Something like that. And I think 50 should have that quality. If he got all this money, he's very talented. He's very talented, man.
Hmm.
He's very talented. And I'm disappointed.
I'm disappointed too. But there's just one thing that I want to say.
Okay.
Think about it
We
this way.
got
There's another.
15 minutes and
All
we did
right.
a 2-hour premiere. That's what I'm going to call this. It didn't even
We
seem
did.
like it though,
It didn't.
right?
It didn't.
Oh, that's what
Nope.
I told you. We got 15 minutes for 2 hours. It's like an
Okay.
hour with the Knicks and an hour with 50.
Yep. So I just want to say this because this resonates with me. I've always been the person to be out the way. I've
Mm-hmm.
always been the person to not respond. You slap me on the right cheek, I'm gonna turn the next cheek.
Mm-hmm.
Always in the neighborhood, you can ask anyone.
Yeah.
Crescenda does not bother anyone, right?
Mm-hmm.
Now I'm up in my age, right?
Yeah.
And I'm like, no, I'm not letting shit slide no more.
Hold on, don't make me laugh. Wait, I wasn't prepared.
I
What the
know.
fuck?
I know you wasn't.
What?
I know you wasn't.
How you on timing? How you on timing in your 40s, son?
No, no.
Like I'm
It's
saying,
not
I'm not
even
on time,
because
but
it's
you
a
didn't. You didn't. Oh, I
certain
know why.
way.
No, I get it. No, I get it. No, I get it.
It's a
You.
certain way.
I
Because
was.
let me
I
tell
was
you,
punching. I was punching, and I gave up. You was. You was letting people slide. So now you want to punch?
no, it's not even. Well, okay. It's such a
Ooh.
cold world because
Oh God.
it really is. Because think
Shit.
about the person, right, who sat and had to think about all the things that they said that was unwarranted, that were untrue.
Mm-hmm.
Just the feelings that the way that it makes you feel, like you start
Mm-hmm.
feeling very disenchanted, feeling very isolated and withdrawn.
Mm-hmm.
And you remember that and you put it in a box somewhere in your head, right? And then
Mm-hmm.
once these things start coming back out and you're looking at these people like, you still talking? Do I need to address you?
Because
Do
they
I need to
walking over you.
address you?
They taking advantage of the past. I
Now
was gonna
I'm
ask
that
you that.
person.
How far do we let that go? If we trying to ignore.
You
If a
don't.
nigga play with me too far, I'm gonna go from the nicest guy to the craziest guy they ever met.
Now for me,
Like
I
a
just
Muslim.
had a crash out moment where, and it was not good, but all glory be to God, things
Yeah.
went well, but
Hmm.
not my finest hour either. But
Yeah.
I don't think 50 is like me. I'm just
Hmm.
playing devil's advocate to say like you
Right. Yeah, we
gotta,
know.
you know, because I now, and even little comments, like little slick comments, I'll be like, don't do that. Don't do that. I'm addressing everybody. If it's appropriate. If I feel that you're doing it,
Yeah.
in a egregious manner,
Hmm.
but there's something to be said about that type of person too.
Yeah. I agree. I get you. That's a good take. All right. So
Oh
in
my
this whole
goodness.
situation, right?
Hmm.
Last thing I'm gonna say on the 50 Cent thing before we go. We got yeah, we still got 13 minutes. Is it keeps coming back to my mind of what you said that you saw it in a book years ago, right? Is that what you told me? I want to be
It
clear on
wasn't.
how long ago it was.
It wasn't years ago.
How long?
So I looked it up. This book came out.
No, when did the information come to you though?
Oh, the information came to me earlier this week when we decided that we were
Okay.
going to look at it.
When
The
you saw
book,
that, when the book
uh-huh.
came out,
The book came out in 2020, and the
2020.
actual um, name of the book is Hustle Harder, Hustle Smarter. Not
Hustle
what I
harder,
said
hustle smart.
earlier. Yes, so that's
He
the
got
actual
more
name
than
of the
one
book.
book though. He got
He does.
50th Law of Power, and he got I think Pieces to Wait or something like that.
He
He got a few books.
has the 50th Law, From
Yeah,
Pieces to Weight,
yeah.
and then there's something
See, I'm like an
else.
encyclopedia. You see that, right? I know everything. I'm
Yeah,
just no, but
yeah.
look, this is why I brought this
Okay.
back up, Chris. Chris
Mm-hmm.
Stats. Look, okay, we impacted all. The reason why I went back to your comment about the book, and we see when the book came out. Do we fault 50 of telling us what he's gonna do all those years ago? Now we're not giving him a pass for body shaming the lady, and we're not doing none of that. You
Mm-hmm.
can still feel how you want on that, right? But if he knew that the game was going this way, and he is the biggest troll, he got all them followers. It's like if he put you on his page, he's embarrassing you.
Yep.
So I'm not trying to find not a pass, but I'm trying to find some sense out of it because it's looking like a waste of time. Or is it? Is it not? Is it turning into money? Is it moving to other businesses that we spoke of about the algorithm that these guys own, and it's worth the slander that they give because already 50 Cent's reputation, they already look at him like once you talk about Irv Gotti, excuse me, and he just passed away, what can we not expect you to say? So we know who we dealing with already.
Right. He's a very uncouth man. I
Right.
think the people that do business with him, I think what is fair, what is a fair assessment is that we know that, he basically told us this is the way that I make my money. I
Mm-hmm.
think we all know what we are getting with him, but to me, the driving matter or issue with this is that you went too far here.
Simple.
You should simply say, like, I really respected what he did with Clarissa Shields when he said, you know what, this is not the time. You are preparing for a fight. I'm actually a fan of yours. I want you to take your energy and focus on that. Like, I would like to see more of that from 50 than what we're seeing now. Because you're getting children upset, like, and they're not children. I'm just saying that because they are the children
Mm-hmm.
of, Ti and Tiny. But
Mm-hmm.
you're going into territory that's like not really clear for you because you don't have a family. Your mother, your father, or your kids.
And his grandparents that raised him. So it's sad. That's why I
It's
said
it's
that
very
was
sad.
like a drop mic, and I think that they shouldn't be getting into this when we got to go this deep, in depth of disrespect,
It's ridiculous.
and it's uncomfortable. It's what is it? Distasteful. It's all those things, and we wanted to cover it and not honor the distasteful stuff that people are getting a lot of views off of, like because it's a part of the culture, and sometimes you got to know where you could go watch content where it's making sense. Like I said earlier. So only reason I asked Chris stats again in reference to the moves because 50 seems like a very good businessman, and to just jump out the window and be saying stuff like this, does it affect his brand? He has a lot of investments going on in Shreveport with the new studio. I guess not. I guess all the people that's on board with him, they know that this is just part of how it is now. And I think
He
that's
gave
where
us the
we have a hard
disclaimer.
time. I think we have a hard time accepting that that's how it is now because you said like how we came up and the difference in the eras now when we were more hands on. You had to fight. You couldn't just talk junk on the screen. You know what I mean? Now
Yeah.
you could talk about somebody and not have to see them. That's whack. Like, shoot the five, man. What the fuck is going on out here? Excuse my language. It's Ramadan. Excuse my language. But yo, it's been a dope show. You got anything you want to say before we get out of here? Because we got 8 minutes, something like that. We did 2 hours show and it was dope. Like we got a couple, different things we're going to discuss. Then we'll go a little longer. I just think it's not the first show, but it's like the premiere. A little bit, a little longer for y'all. We're gonna chop it up, get y'all shorts. If you're not subscribed and you was here, please hit the subscribe button. Please like the show to keep us in the algorithm. And I want to thank everybody that pulled up and wrote in the show. Tim, Jay Boogie, Paris Duggar, a couple new people in here as well. I appreciate y'all for pulling up. Me and Chris Stats. We'll be back real soon. Chris, you want to say anything before we get out of here?
I just wanted to say the same exact thing, like to mirror what you said. If you have made it this far, please subscribe and like and turn on the
Right.
notification bell so that you know when we're posting. And thank you so much because we did not get the chance to address each and every comment, but we did see them. And thank you so much for your thoughts. And I just really, yeah, this was a very good conversation. I'm happy
Yeah.
to have been able to contribute to it and, speak with my chest
Facts.
and say, the way that I see it. So
You did a great job.
we
Great
do it in
show.
love.
We do it for the love of the game. And we'll be back soon. we're not gonna have to wait as long as you did for this show. So look out for us and be safe. And we out. Peace.